My name is Linda Leclerc, and I'm the founder of the Canadian School of Laughter Yoga and of the Haha Sisterhood. Welcome in the Joy Element, the feel-good podcast who inspires. Meet my dear friend and Haha sister, Gail Choate. When we met at a laughter yoga conference many years ago, Gail was then a professional clown working in hospitals, mostly with sick kids. She's one of the most open-minded, kind, and generous person I've met. Whenever I can, I invite her to speak to my students about her work with kids and teenagers. She totally connects with them in such a beautiful way. Mind you, she's the mother of 4. Gail went back to school and is now a college professor teaching international relations. Truly a beautiful soul sharing her pearls of wisdom with us. Enjoy this conversation. Hello, Gail.
Hey, Linda, how are you?
I'm better now that I'm sitting here with you. This was an experience, an interesting experience that I just had. So, Gail, let me ask you the first question for the podcast. I know
Okay.
I've known you for many years, and I know that you're the kind of person who stays calm and poised, because that's how I see you. But when things get really stressful around you, when you have deadlines, when people are like, ah, and they're around you, all that energy, or when things are getting to you, what do you do to stay focused and zen and calm? Do you do something special?
Well, the first thing I try to do is remember to breathe because I find that most of the time when I'm stressed, I'm not breathing. So I try to take a big, deep breath and then think about the fact that I have been through in my life all sorts of things. And so far, I've made it through all of them successfully because I'm still here.
Yeah.
So no matter what's going on around me, it will pass. And somehow I'll wake up tomorrow and I take another deep breath and realize it's all going to be okay because it will be over soon. And it will be just a distant memory and nothing to be afraid of.
That's so wise. I'm learning from that and from the experience we just had. Maybe I'll put it somewhere, but not here anyway. And on those days, because you were a clown, so clowns bring joy around them, or they bring levity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you had those days, or when you're having a day when you're not so great, or when things are a bit heavy, on the heavy side, or if your morale isn't so great, what do you do to bring yourself up or to just cheer yourself up? Do you do something special, or?
Well, what clowning taught me more than anything else is that it's important to live in the moment. Clowns are certainly about finding joy and levity, but they do it by being completely vulnerable and being open to whatever experience presents itself. So as a clown, there are times, especially in the hospital, that were very emotional, that could be perceived as negative. For an example, if I was working with a child who was dying or with a parent who just received some very bad news, I couldn't live in that emotion. All I could do is try to remember that my job was to be right there at that right moment with that person. And so my job wasn't to make a child happy. My job was to remind a child that they were a child. And we do that by touching into that joy. But joy comes out in lots of different ways. Sometimes it can be through laughter, of course, but sometimes it's through music, sometimes it's through play, and sometimes it's just through a great big long hug. And as a clown, I do all of that. Now, as a person, how do I bring that into my own life? Some days it's easier than others, that's for sure. But I try to remind myself of people and places and things that ground me, that give me that opportunity again to be fully present. So maybe I'll pet my dogs, or I'll go for a walk, or I'll make myself something really wonderful to eat or to drink. that's a treat for me because it helps me to just be, like I said, right there in that moment. If I need something longer than that, well, then I think about what would make me laugh. So, for an example, I was having kind of a down day today. It's been a kind of tough week with everything that's going on in the world and in this country. And so I went to the gym. And while I was at the gym working out, a song came over the loudspeaker, which is the song Low by Flo Rida. It's the one, apple bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. And I used to dance that song all the time at the hospital. And my favorite little girl, her name is Bella, she used to make me play that song over and over and over because it made her laugh when I would dance it. And then, of course, I would run into the bed or the wall or whatever. But my point is that just hearing that music reminded me of all that joy. So then when I got home, I thought, you know what? I just transformed how I'm feeling, and I want to keep that feeling. So what did I do? I put on, you probably didn't even notice it just now, but I put on my t-shirt that says Hell Week. And I have on jeans, and I have on black jeans and my black Hell Week t-shirt, and I have on a jean jacket because I'm a badass. And being a badass makes me laugh because there's nothing badass about me.
No.
But it brings me joy, and it made me feel strong and powerful and ready to face the rest of the day and the rest of the week. So that's what I try to do whenever I can.
Oh, this is so inspiring. So I love it that you focus on the present moment and that you don't push whatever is coming up. You just simply take care of yourself or nurture the good sides of whatever is in front of you. Either
Linda, it's like the Buddha said, right? That pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. So we're going to have bad days. We're going to have days that don't go well. We're going to have days that we're sad or we're angry or, that just aren't the way we want them to be. We can't do anything about that. But being in the moment and then making a choice, allows it to just go away, just float away like the clouds or turn it over to the waves at the beach, right?
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's so wise. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. It's exactly what I needed to hear today. But I was with her this week, so I wonder if I added to...
You did, because we went to the beach. We went to my favorite places.
So I add to the pleasures then, not to the sadness.
Absolutely. No, to the pleasure. Plus, I now have, you promised me an open invitation to come to Canada when the U.S. goes to hell.
Oh, yes. I'll even knit you a scarf.
And I have my little Canada bag now.
Thank you so much, Gail.
Oh, my
Thank
pleasure.
You.
Love you.
Love you too.